Right guys, so we're now in the putting area of the fitting centre down here at Ping, and we're just going to go through putter fitting, quick putter fitting myself, with Ed here, who's one of the fitters down here at Ping. So again, quite an interesting sort of area really in terms of putter fittings. Get more and more popular. Obviously we've seen it a long time, obviously Ping leaders in fitting for clubs, but putter is getting more and more popular now, isn't it? What sort of process do you guys go through then?
So we basically use our Ping app. We've used this for a while. Absolutely. So it's just run on all Apple devices, whether it be an iPod or an iPhone, and it just connects to the shaft of the putter, which will measure its own kind of movements. Okay. From that, we can see a certain amount of information as far as what the club's doing, what positions the club is in, certain reference points in the stroke, and we can kind of use that to try and identify certain things that will help you. Okay, so what type of stroke you use and what kind of product we can recommend to you based on what you do. So what we'll do to start with is measure how you perform with your own. Okay, and then see if we can find something a little more practical for you.
And this is a free app, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
So any guys could download this.
Correct. Yeah, you just need a relatively sort of recent Apple device, and then we use a cradle for the device. You can purchase those from your stockist, and then it will just clip onto the shaft and you can use this at home.
Superb. Right, okay.
Excellent. What's your general miss tendency with push?
Miss, probably, it's a bit of both. I feel like I aim right.
Okay.
I hood it. I'm aware of that, and I tend to miss left, but then I aim right, and I can try and manipulate it. So it's not a strong point, but it can be a little bit both ways.
Okay. And how do you find things like distance control?
Not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, tendencies for way short or racing past or.
Probably short if I was going to say anything, but
okay. That's fine.
Nothing really sort of stands out.
To
yeah.
So basically, the information we can see on the screen is giving us a pretty good idea as far as what sort of outcome we're getting from the 5 strokes that we that we've just put
is that my handicap?
So basically, what this is giving you, absolutely. So the first thing will be the 6.8. Okay, that is what we class as a putting handicap. And really, what it's a measure of is the consistency of your stroke. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a measure of how good the stroke is technically. You know, the quality of the technique. It's not a measure of how repeatable that technique is. And what we're kind of wanting to try and prove is that if we can give you a putter that's designed for your type of stroke, your consistency levels could potentially improve. Okay. Now the ways that we would then go through this, are initially from what we call your closing angle. Okay. So what this is a measure of how much face rotation we get from the extreme point of the backswing. Okay. So as far back as the club travels, back to impact, and how much the club face is rotating through that point. You can see from the 3.8 up there. Okay, that's the amount of rotation that we're seeing.
Is that a big number, or?
No, I mean we categorise it in one of 3 ways. So either what we would brand as a straight arc, slight arc, or strong arc. Okay? Straight would be anything between 0 and 3.5. Slight arc would be between 3.5 and 7.5. Strong arcs we would kind of preach as 7.5 or more. Okay. Slight arc I would claim is probably your most common. Okay. The most, the bigger percentage of players fall into that category. So it's a typical kind of value. What's really important as far as I'm concerned is that the putter that you're going to use is suitable for that kind of movement. Okay. And what I want to do in a few minutes is give you something that's designed for that and just see what the instant impact is upon your consistency. Okay. Now, other areas of the stroke we can then look into is impact angle. Okay. So actually, where is the club face on impact compared to where it was at address? Okay. So this is not relevant to the hole. Okay. This is from where you aim to where you strike. Absolutely.
So that just ties into what I've sort of mentioned before.
Correct. Absolutely.
I feel like I hood the face a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you can see on average you are closing the club face by 2.4 degrees.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Arguments for and against whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. What's important is we do it consistently.
Correct, I was going to say, if you repeat it, then
you'll learn how to guide a ball towards a target. You'll tweak alignment in order to get that there. Absolutely. Okay. So we then look into tempo. Okay, so this is the speed of the strokes. This is a measure of how long it takes the club head to actually travel from setup again to the extreme point of the backswing, compared to how long it takes to travel from that extreme point back to the ball. The 2.2 in the top right corner is a ratio, so it takes 2.2 times longer for the club head to travel back as what it does for it to travel forwards. There isn't a right and a wrong on tempo, it's more of a personal kind of thing. Again, as long as it's consistent. What we can like and note is that research tends to suggest that people with slower tempos are generally more consistent when the club head's heavier. People with quicker tempos are generally more consistent when the club is lighter. Anything over 2.0 would be deemed as a slightly slower tempo. Below that would tend to be a little bit
I would
faster.
generally class myself as quite
a slow tempo.
Slow,
Absolutely. So what we might need to do is try something with a little bit more headweight maybe and just see what the implications of that would be. Okay. The bottom two, if I can show you both of those at this stage, then that will tell us really how we can set the club up for you. So lie angle and loft ultimately. So the standard lie of a ping putter, so our black colour code, will be 20 degrees. Okay, that's the shaft measured from a vertical position. Now you can see not only are you returning it flat, but by 22.1 degrees. Okay, so we would need to make the club a couple of degrees flatter in its lie angle to at least allow the club to come in flat to the floor. Okay. You also have a shaft lean on impact, okay, which means that your hands are behind the ball, adding 4.7 degrees of additional loft to the club face. Okay? Additional. So we would actually make a putter with 3 degrees as standard. Okay.
That's not good.
But we're really asking for 3 degrees on impact. That's kind of why we make it as standard. That's kind of what we want to see.
So if it's 3 degrees on impact, that would be 0.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you've got static
correct.
of 3.
So what it's basically measuring is how upright the shaft is. So if the shaft's perfectly vertical, it will read 0. Yours hands backwards by 4.7 degrees, adding that amount of loft to the club face. So on impact, you're essentially coming back at 7.7 degrees. Okay. So the ball's actually going to jump off the face a little bit more there than what we'd ideally want it to.
So that would lead to what? Inconsistencies of roll, distance control?
Roll, certainly distance control. So what you generally find on there is that you'll have a tendency to potentially come out short, more noticeable on longer puts. So if you've got a 30, 40, 50 footer from one end of the green to the other, you probably have a tendency to come out short on there. It wouldn't be as noticeable on a 10 or 12 footer, but certainly as the putt gets longer, you'll notice it even more. So what we would need to do in this case is actually not only make the club 2 degrees flatter in the lie angle, but take some loft off the face as well in order to allow that ball to roll and run out properly.
Okay, great. I think you can make some good improvements here.
We'll certainly have a go for it, Okay.
No pressure.
Okay, so what we're going to do is actually give you a putter, most importantly, that's suitable for this slight arc. The one that you have, is more suitable in its setup really for someone who would swing on a stronger arc, so have a rotation of over 7.5 degrees. So what I want to do is give you something that's more practical for your stroke time, and see how that influences that consistency.
Super.
Okay, basically looking at how consistent that can be. So this one is set up for a slight arc. There's a little label on the shaft that dictates that. So every putter we make, put that little label on to prove that, to show the arc type is suitable for. Now, as before, all I want you to do is hit 5 puts and as consistently as you can. The result's not necessarily relevant, so where the ball goes doesn't matter. We just want a consistent stroke. Okay.
Phil, I like that way. When you said that, I do like that sort of. I've had in the past like a counterbalance. So that way, I do like that bit of way. That felt good.
Theory would say that you will tend to find more control or more consistency with a heavier putter at your kind of tempo. So our new data.
Handicap's come down.
It has. And
excellent.
It's come
I like
down
that.
to 1.2.
Right.
Okay. So a good improvement. Okay.
Because I mean, again, alignment, me aligning is another issue.
Correct.
Which is me.
Absolutely.
But those all were right lip.
They were,
and
ultimately you will base your ability to align and put where you aim based on the consistency of where the ball comes off the face. So if you've got the ball coming off the face in different directions, alignment's extremely difficult to learn. If you've got the ball coming off the face in a constant direction, you'll tweak your alignment accordingly. So you can learn one skill off the consistency of another.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. The overall stroke was more consistent. This doesn't necessarily tell you that it was better. Because you can still see the club faces coming back in a closed position.
Not as bad though.
Not quite as dramatically, no, absolutely. What's interesting is the amount of rotation in the face okay, has reduced, okay, to the point we've actually tipped into a slightly different arc category. And
okay.
therefore what we might need to do is just try you with a face balance putter and see what kind of consistency level we get from one of those as well.
Okay.
But yes, we are bringing the face back slightly squarer, okay, but ultimately more consistent. The tempo is still on the slower side, so that's fine, at least that's constant. Okay. Lie angle, still a touch flat, and adding quite an amount of loft to that club face, as you can see. So whatever we need to do, we need to flatten it and strengthen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you couldn't strengthen.
No, we can't.
It's an element of me here.
Correct, absolutely. I mean, we can't make a putter really with negative loft.
No.
Okay, to combat that amount of shaft lean.
No.
Okay, we can take it to kind of zero, just over.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess that's a little bit like a lie situation through a fitting. You'll probably see a lot of guys very toe down.
Absolutely.
And you just can't.
Yeah, we can only work within certain tolerances of what we can do. Absolutely. Also, the rules and regulations dictate a lot. You know, we can only. We're only allowed to tweak
a lot of loft, though, isn't it?
It is adding a little bit to it. Yeah. But like you said, there's elements of your technique you can do to improve this. Okay, there's things we can help you with from a product perspective.
Absolutely, yeah. I like the weight of that. That felt really.
So what we'll do is we'll try the same putter but face balance version. Okay. And see how that affects the consistency from there.
Superb. Okay. So, just remind me what was
So basically, this is the same putter head as what we've just used. Okay. In our Sigma G time, but it is a face balanced version. Okay. Rather than having a slight toe down. Okay. So this is more suitable really for the straighter arc. Okay. Obviously, once your measurements just tipped into that category, so worth the test as to whether that'll help your consistency further.
Yeah. Okay. So with that loft there, shall I?
At this point, I would tell you just to keep doing it as it is, because otherwise you might find at this at this point in the process, it might impact on the consistency of it. Okay.
See that little jump there?
Yeah, absolutely. You can actually hear it.
Yeah.
What you've got to try not to do is combat that at this stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, okay, so
There we go.
how are we looking?
So put in handicap plus 0.4.
Plus 4.
Okay.
So what did it start on?
So we started at 6.9, I think it was, or 6
6.9,
point something.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool, like
and it's
that.
come down to plus 0.4. Okay, so a massive improvement in how consistent the stroke is.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's consistency.
It's consistency, absolutely. And that's a point we keep stressing really, because it's not saying that your stroke's technically improving, it's just saying we're able to make it more repeatable by the product that you're using, absolutely. Okay. Now at this point you can see that you were on that straight stroke with the amount of rotation of 3.3, so that was the first time the club you've had in your hand and the stroke type have actually matched themselves up, hence why the consistency actually got a little bit better. Okay, so excellent. Again, impact angle, we can still see we're returning the club face slightly closed, but we're doing it consistently, as I said, so that's the important thing. You can learn the ability to align and aim for this position. Okay. Tempos remain constant throughout, absolutely. Lie angle, it's very similar. And hand back. Okay,
which we know.
Absolutely. These are consistent patterns, and that's fine. As long as they're consistent, we can make a strong recommendation as far as what we can do with the
and then it's down to me to improve my technique.
So every time we've done this, you've been slightly flat in the lie angle and adding loft. So it's easy for me now to say, okay, we need to make the putter a little bit flatter, so a couple of degrees flat in the lie angle, which we kind of ring to our orange colour code, and take pretty much as much loft off that face as we can take off that.
So that's quite interesting. So with the irons, obviously, you've gone more upright.
Correct. It's going to go flatter, absolutely. But you're looking at two totally different techniques, two totally different postures.
I think maybe for guys out there who you look at a fitting process like what we've done there through the irons, and you look at my height, 6'5", you think upright's got to be the option in the putter.
Absolutely.
You could just go out there and go more upright, or just go standard. Where actually I need it flatter.
Absolutely. Flat, I would say flat is probably more common. I think from people I've dealt with. You probably find that they're more toe up than toe down when you look at them on the greens. Okay, so it's not uncommon to go a little bit flatter. But I mean that's easy enough from us. But ultimately, from your perspective, a face balance putter of any description is going to work quite nicely. Okay, this is where you can be a little bit more selective upon the head shapes. That you like based on visual preferences, alignment preferences.
So what's that model put on?
So this is part of our Sigma G range. Okay, this particular shape is what we refer to as the tine.
Yeah, I like that. Nice shape. Suits my eye.
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
So as far as fitting the length, we do offer the option of an adjustable putter, okay, which enables the lengths to change. It is an option, it's not possible you have to have it that way, you can have a fixed length by all means, okay. What we're going to do is kind of make this loose enough that it moves, okay. We're going to encourage you to find your own kind of most comfortable position, so where your posture feels comfortable, where you feel like your arms are hanging, okay. You can push the club down to a nice comfortable length. The last thing we want is the club head to be too far away from your body, okay, nor do we kind of want it too close where you're having to stoop and really reach over, okay. I kind of want you to find where you feel most comfortable, there's no stress and strain in your lower back, you feel nice and relaxed, and just allow your arms to hang kind of most naturally from there.
That feels pretty comfortable there.
Yeah, you happy there?
Yeah.
Okay, right, take that out. And what we'll do is we'll put that against a measured length putter and actually see what you've come out at.
Okay.
Okay.
Quite interesting to.
Okay. So. 36. What are you, 34?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I've always sort of gone towards a slight shot because I just feel like I'm more over.
A bit more over the top of it.
Get more that way.
As you're putting extra stress and strain into the lower back, you practice a lot, then of course that's a stress position to put from. I always think if you get your most natural putting position, okay, you'll move better.
That's quite a good way to do it actually, just to, because I didn't know a number there.
One thing I often do as well is actually take the club away from you, okay, and say, right, just take your setup without a club. Okay, because you will find your most comfortable position then. And then what I can do is actually put the club into that position. Okay, and say, right, there you go. That's so you're not adapting yourself to the club in your hand. Naturally, if I give you a really short putter, okay, you'll instantly just find a way of standing to it. You'll adapt yourself to that.
So go
absolutely. If I take the club away from you, you'll set yourself with no reference point to just what feels comfortable. Okay. So 36 inches in length would be almost natural. Okay. The option, like I said, if you had it adjustable, we could change that at your leisure. Absolutely. Your final choice would be on grip size. Okay. And grip preferences, obviously these thicker grips are kind of
I quite like the thicker grips there. It just feels like the hands will stay out of it a little bit more.
That's fine. We actually offer 3. We do what's called our PP60. Okay. In the new Volt range, we've added a PP61 and then a PP62. Okay.
So this is just purely thickness.
Absolutely. Slight shape differences.
Shape, that's quite a bit flatter.
It is absolutely.
That's
this is slightly more rounded. They are all slightly different shapes, but they will vary in size as well. For me, it's more of a comfort.
That sits in my hands straight away there.
Okay.
It just feels like it just slots in my hands there.
No problem. PP61. Perfect.
Superb.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay, right, so little putter fitting done there, a little bit, maybe a quicker process than probably what you would generally go through maybe. But that's quite interesting there. So added weight there, it's quite good to see those numbers there as opposed to just, that feels okay, and away you go. We're sort of like a launch monitor basically, isn't it? We're sort of measuring delivery. It's some quite shocking, that loft I need to sort out because otherwise I'm going to hit little lob shots with these putters. So, but it's something for me to go away and work on.
Absolutely.
As a technique wise, but obviously some consistent numbers which way the handicaps come down.
Correct.
Which is good. So consistency, as we know, is a big thing in golf, and if we can do things and repeat it, we've got obviously a better chance, haven't we? So heavy in the head there.
Slightly heavy in the head, really matching up to the slower tempo that you have.
Yeah, and we're going face balance.
Face balance based on the kind of straighter arm, the lesser rotation.
Okay, and then we're actually gone 36 inches.
Yeah, a little bit longer than what you've had.
Longer,
hopefully more comfortable, more natural.
Yeah, and it did feel that, and then obviously the grip. So, and line was actually going a little bit flatter.
Correct.
Okay, really interesting. So, okay, brilliant, superb. If you enjoyed that, that's quite different to sort of look out for like an old mall putts. That's the name of the game, isn't it?
It is exactly.
Yeah, superb. Okay, guys, thanks very much for watching. Appreciate Ed and your time.
Well
superb expertise there from Ed. Obviously, you guys should, need to get booked in and come down and take the whole sort of ping experience. It's a great setup. These lads will look after you. We've been sort of made really welcome here. Really enjoyed it. And some obviously learned a few things as well. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. Obviously, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch up with you all very soon.